weekly vlog number 51. Start with a quick reminder that playthroughs will return on the 7th of next month. So on March 7th, they will begin releasing. I already got the rest of Skyrim uploaded, it's set to a schedule, and I got the first 6 parts of Borderlands 2 uploaded to a schedule as well. I'm still working on Borderlands 2, but there is a little bit of a change to the schedule of when videos will actually release. So before my computer died, and before I then had computer problems with the system I'm using now, well, sort of, I guess, swap hardware, basically it's a different system now. But before that, I was releasing videos every day, including on the weekends. However, now I'm going to only be releasing videos on Monday through Friday. Then on Saturdays will be these weekly videos. But for playthroughs, it's only going to be Monday through Friday. That way I can take Saturday and Sunday off to just do whatever the hell I want, play a game, just relax, and not have to worry about falling behind a little bit if I don't happen to be that far ahead of schedule. With that said, let's now continue on to the stuff that actually happened this week instead of speaking about channel news. Yay. So, starting off, I'm going to actually speak about my dog. Again, because his problems still aren't resolved, really. He is on meds, so what happened is the 2 water pills I was giving him twice a day, it seemed to be working at first, and some reason he ended up coughing again after a day of absolutely no coughing, so the vet said, okay, let's try giving him 1 pill 3 times a day. That's 6 hours apart instead of 2, basically when I wake up, and then 2 when I go to bed. It's supposed to be about 12 hours apart, but my sleep disorder, it makes it so it's got to work within my sleep schedule. So it's just when I wake up and when I go to sleep. So instead of when I wake up, 2, when I go to sleep, 2, it was when I wake up, 1, 6 hours later, 1, then when I go to bed, 1 more. Since that actually seemed to have the opposite effect of what we wanted it to, and his coughing returned, and it was actually getting to a point where it was as if he wasn't taking any meds at all, I stopped doing that and decided, you know what, fuck this, I'm just going to try giving him 2-3 times per day. So I give him 2 when I wake up, 2 6 hours later, and 2 when I go to bed. And so far, I've only actually done that for 1 day, and that was yesterday. And so far, actually, he seems to be coughing less already, but I gotta wait and check how he's doing throughout this entire day and see how he's doing tomorrow as well. But I got a feeling that it's actually going to end up working, and it should eliminate his coughing, and it shouldn't return this time. Because 2 twice a day was working at first, then some reason it returned, and I'm thinking maybe some reason he built up some weird-ass tolerance, and he just needed a little bit more. Because the gap in between those 2 points was also quite big when he's actually awake during that period of time. Your metabolism slows down when you sleep, so it's probably not a huge issue when he's asleep. When I'm actually asleep as well, because he sort of works within my schedule, so he goes to sleep when I go to sleep. He also sleeps several times throughout the day, but mostly he sleeps when I'm asleep, and he's awake during the day when I'm actually awake, or at night. He's awake when I'm awake, though he still sleeps a lot more often at night than he does during the day when I happen to be awake at night instead of awake during the day. But either way, it seems like the dosage is just a little bit too little for such an extensive period of time, so I'm going to be seeing how he does from here on out, and I'll be giving an update if that ends up working. Next up, I actually just last night, I renewed my voter registration stuff because, for once, I'm actually thinking about voting this time. Yeah, so I renewed that. I gotta actually, well, sort of renewed it. I got the form filled out. I gotta send that in still, but be sending that in. I'm not gonna be mentioning who I'm voting for, even though it might be a little obvious from one little thing I mentioned in, I think it was the previous video, actually. But it might be a little obvious. Either way, I'm not going to be mentioning that. I'm not going to bring political stuff up on this channel. I'm not talking about that here. Give an area where it's not being brought up. You can look at stuff on your own time. If you don't want to look at it, you want to get away from it a little bit, stay away from the stress, the headache, then my channel will be an area where you don't have to worry about that. Even though, yeah, unpopular, but still, it's what I want to do with my channel. I don't want to bring politics into it because that mostly pisses me off, and I don't want to be yelling about it every fucking day. And next up, I actually ordered the Mummy trilogy on Blu-ray. I didn't plan on ordering it when I was looking at it on Amazon, and all I was looking at was the first Mummy movie. The movie's with, I think it's Brendan Fraser, or is that Brandon Fraser? I don't remember. I think it's Brendan Fraser. But yeah, it's the ones with him in it. The movies, I watched them when they were released. I think we still had a drive-in in this town, and I watched them back then at a drive-in when I was growing up. And I've only seen them a few times. I think the last one I only saw once, but I wanted to actually watch them again. So I looked up the cost. I was thinking, okay, maybe one day I'll actually buy these. And I was expecting to have to pay $15 or so per movie to get it on Blu-ray, but actually found that you can get the trilogy for just under $16. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna buy it. I want something to help me settle down from all the costs from the vet bill. The delay it's gonna take me to get a new chair. The more cost I'm gonna have to do with another vet bill, because my dog still has to get another x-ray next month after he stops coughing. And I just wanted something to help me calm down, so I ordered that, and I watched the first 2 movies last night. I'm going to be watching the third one today after I get this video edited, so that'll be a little nice. And once those are done, I'm not sure what else I'll be watching. I'll probably just be returning to Netflix or watching something else that I already have. And the last thing, some reason, for one day I was sick, though technically it did fade over to the second day as well, but I ended up waking up. I had this weird issue where I was having this rare dream where, because dreams for me are really rare, believe that or not, they're just really rare. I'm a weird type of person who, my brain kicks me out of dreams, so I don't really dream. And on rare occasions, I will actually stay in a dream for a little while. So I had this weird-ass dream where I was looking at a power supply, just a computer power supply, some basic piece of crap power supply. It wasn't modular or anything, it was just a regular crappy power supply, sort of like the one I have in the other room as a backup for starting systems up for the water pumps flowing water through the system. It's a little like that one. And I was looking at it in my dream and calling it a toaster for some reason. My brain was just calling it a toaster. I don't know why. So then during that dream, I was then remembering staring at that power supply while currently staring at it in the dream and remembering calling it a toaster. And then it went into a weird area where my memory started making me sick from remembering that, and it ended up waking me up. I was sweating like crazy, and I felt really sick. I seriously thought I was going to have to get up because I felt like I was going to throw up, and it took me a while to get back to sleep. But when I finally got back to sleep, I woke up, I found I was still sick to my stomach. I don't know what the hell caused it. I don't know if the dream caused it, the weird memory sickness crap I've mentioned before. I don't know if that caused it, or if I caught some weird bug and it just made me sick. I don't know what the hell was going on. But for that day, I then had my older brother bring me by some 7-Up, because 7-Up usually seems to help settle your stomach, and actually it did help a lot. So he actually brought me 2 2-liters, even though I only asked for a single 2-liter, but he brought me 2 2-liters of 7-Up, and I started drinking that for the day. I think I ended up drinking about a liter of it throughout the day. Maybe a little more than a liter. I don't think I drank a full 2-liter though. I'm pretty sure it was only around 1 liter of 7-Up that I ended up drinking throughout that day. But after that day passed, the next day came, I woke up, and I was actually feeling better already. It felt like there was just this little bit in me, but it was only about as much of an annoyance as being hungry was. So after I took a few drinks of more 7-Up, because I still had a lot left, and actually still have a last little bit left right now, even though it's been now 3 or 4 days since that happened. So after I woke up, I felt fine, aside from a little bit of sickness left that was then dealt with after I took a few drinks and I got something to eat. It was just gone. So I don't know what the hell that was about. Some reason I was just sick for a day and fine the next, and it was just crazy random, and it's never happened to me before. And that's actually pretty much it. Really not much that happened. I did go out to eat somewhere yesterday. I don't remember what the reason for that was, though. I had a choice of eating at home or going out to eat somewhere. Just decided, you know what, fuck it, just go out to eat. May as well. So that was kind of nice. Got a little pie in the fridge, so I have a little bit of a snack I can eat today. So yeah, and that is pretty much it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to let me know with a comment, like, subscribe, and or a share, and I will see you guys on the next video next week, or on some other video some other time. And just another reminder here at the end of the video, just in case you forgot or you missed it at the beginning of the video, Skyrim returns on March 7th, and since I didn't actually mention when Borderlands 2 starts, Borderlands 2 will release on the 14th. Part 75 and 76 of Skyrim actually will be releasing on the 7th, and Part 1 and 2 of Borderlands 2 will release on the 14th. The first beginning or return of a playthrough, it's always 2 parts. Then it's 1 part every day after that, except now not on weekends, so only weekdays. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!